Look at this, it's a beef shank that is just absolutely falling apart. This is just nothing short of wonderful, and we're going to show you exactly how we made this and what we're going to do with it. Coming right up. So today we're in the smokehouse. Haven't got my back wall completed yet. That's going to be the next step, but we are undercover, and this is going to be the new home, being able to shoot lots of great videos for BBQplus. Today we're going to do some beef shank. So we got about 2.5 pounds of beef shank. This is the leg of a cow, and there's a lot of intermuscular fat in here. This is a fairly tough cut. So we're going to put some rub on here. We're going to throw it back here in the Yoder pellet smoker at about 225 degrees and just kind of let it chill out for a while. Goal is to make some great tacos with it this evening. So on the outside you can see there's a lot of silver skin. That's just going to peel away at the end. First thing that we need to do, dry it off just a little bit. We're going to put some rub on here, and this is the MVP rub. Looking forward to this. This will give it a little bit of heat. This rub is actually called the Whole Lotta Hot Damn. So tasted this, and it definitely has some heat to it, which is good because we're doing tacos. We'll add some additional spices when we put this all together at the end and basically pull it like you would a pulled pork or a pulled chicken. So just make sure we get a lot on there. I'm not going to bother putting anything on the side because that's going to be the silver skin that's going to come off anyway. We just want a good coating of this. There we go. Do a little more on the other side here. And then we're just going to move them over here onto the Yoder. A lot of good smoke on that right now. We're going to put these on the top rack. Wow, it's looking good. We're going to button them up and give them a little bit of time to cook down. I'm going to check these. We'll want them to come up to about 165, 170, and then we're going to put them in a braising liquid to finish off the cook. So with that braising liquid, we're just going to really make sure that we hold on to a lot of the juices. It's going to break down a lot of that intermuscular fat when we get above 170, probably all the way up to very low 200s. We're just going to see when it's really nice and tender. Then after we hit our temperature and tenderness, we're going to pull it off of there. We're going to take that bone out, and then we're going to just shred that up and make some great tacos with it. So that's put to bed. We're going to check back in when we're getting up to a little higher temperatures. Those are looking pretty nice. Got some good heat going on them. We're about 30 minutes into our cook. You can see there's a little bit of liquid pooling on the top there. Run this about 225. Looking pretty good here. I did turn these over once. Yeah, we've got some good drippings coming through here. We've got some nice color on them. So the next step is going to be to put them in braising liquid. I have got 4 cups, maybe 3.5 cups bouillon. You can use beef stock also. And what we're going to do now is take these out, simply put them in that liquid, and we're going to cover them with aluminum foil. So this is going to seal everything in. Everything's going to cook inside those juices. We've absorbed as much smoke as we're going to. So we could even put it in the oven inside the house if we wanted to at this point. So that just goes inside here. We're going to put that to bed, and we're looking for that tenderness at about 200 degrees. Then we'll pull it out, we'll shred it up, and we'll start making our tacos. We're going to kick up the flavor just a little bit on this also. We're going to take a half of a yellow onion and just add that in. That is doing rather nicely already. Nothing fancy here. Just kind of throwing those onions in there. And those will just cook down real nice, so we'll make sure that they end up in our tacos as well. Okay, that's all buttoned up, and we're gonna just keep an eye on it, get it around to that 200 degrees or so, make sure it's nice and tender, and then we're gonna shred it up. All right, so we've got about a total of 7 hours, I believe, on this, and this is looking really wonderful. So for the last part of the cook, we had this kicked up to right around 350 degrees. Really wanted to render that down. These onions look great in there. This is just nice and tender. Take a look at that. It really broke down all of that intermuscular fat in there. It is just super juicy. This is really almost like a pulled beef. Really came out well. Look at how easy that just all falls apart in there. We're just gonna pull all of this apart. Tasting some of this, let's get it inside there. That is wonderful. It is smoky. It's got a little bit of a kick to it from the rub that I put on, but not too much. So I think it's a good balance. So this beef shank, it is not an expensive cut, but it is really wonderful. So last night when I pulled off the beef shank, it was a little bit late for dinner. So we're gonna make this today for lunch. I have got everything right here handy. Got some tortillas, and we're just gonna put a little bit of cheese in here. We've got that great meat and all those juices, and that is looking just wonderful. Got a little bit of salsa. Gonna drop that on there. Add what you want, if you like sour cream, whatever it is. And one of my favorites is the Valentina hot sauce. I think that does a good job of providing flavor and taste without just pure heat. So, time to go in and give this a try. Wow, that is really good. That beef is just wonderful. It's juicy, it's got a little bit of a smoky taste to it. I think the Valentina's was a good choice on there. That was so good, we're going in for number 2. I just put this in the refrigerator overnight. I left it in whatever juices that were still there. And then this morning, when I pulled it out of the refrigerator, obviously there was a little bit of grease that had congealed on the top. I just got rid of that. That is terrific. A little bit of crunchiness. This is a kale salad mix from Costco. I like that because as opposed to just going in with a regular lettuce, I think it gives a little bit more crunch, and I really enjoy that. Probably going to drip a little bit, so we've got our drip shield right underneath us. That is really wonderful. I'd recommend doing some beef shank It's a pretty inexpensive cut of meat. Really turns out great if you give it enough time, and I think the braising is really important to make sure that you get the tenderness on it. This is just absolutely terrific. If you like what we're doing here in BBQ Plus, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends, throw me some comments. I'm glad to respond if you've got some other ideas on any of the things that I'm cooking up. My YouTube channel's got lots of different ideas, so if you're looking for a brisket recipe, or maybe you want to do some pulled pork, maybe you want to do some beef jerky, I know, maybe got some pineapple laying around that you just want to wrap up in bacon and turn into just a terrific appetizer, yeah, I've got a video for that too. So I'm just hoping that some of my recipes will be inspiring to you so that you'll go out and cook something great in your backyard this weekend. And from BBQ Plus, thanks for watching.